When Marijata II died in 1373, his son Musa was appointed the next king. Mansa Musa II was not at all like his father. He was a fair, wise, and a considerate ruler, but he was too weak to maintain control of his kingship. Mansa Musa II had a very strong and ambitious advisor who managed to take control of the government. Although the advisor's name was Marijata, he was not believed to have been a member of the royal family. To avoid confusion, he was known as Marijata III. Mansa Musa II was still the recognized Mansa, but he was kept hidden and became a mere puppet of Marijata III. Marijata took all the power into his hands. The Mali Empire had already been seriously weakened by the civil war that followed Mansa Suleiman's death and by the irresponsible reign of Marijata II. Even though Marijata III was not the recognized Mansa, he worked hard to revitalize Mali's imperial power. He sent the army into the Sahara to fight the Tuareg for control of the salt and copper sources near Takada. He also renewed or expanded Mali's control over the eastern frontier beyond Gao. Another power struggle began when Mansa Musa II died in 1387. He was followed by his brother Mansa Maga II, who was also weak. Once again, a member of the royal family was only a puppet ruler controlled by a powerful government official. Mansa Maga was killed after only 1 year as king. He was replaced by Sandaki, a member of the Imperial Council. Sandaki had married Mansa Musa II's mother, but he was not part of the ruling family and had no right to be king. After only a few months in power, Sandaki was assassinated by a member of the royal family. Finally, in 1390, the throne of Mali was recaptured by Mahmud Keita, a descendant of Sundiata, the great hero. Mahmud is the last of the Malian Mansas mentioned by the Arab geographers. Others are mentioned in the oral tradition by the Malians themselves, but they are not associated with any date, so there is no way to know how they fit within the historical picture. By the end of the 14th century, generations of power struggles and weak leadership had undermined Mali's power. The time was approaching when it would be impossible to maintain control over the empire's distant frontiers. Mali lost control of Timbuktu in 1433. Beyond the Niger Bend, the more distant eastern provinces, including Gao, had probably been lost before that. Sometime around 1460, a king of Gao named Suleiman Dama attacked Mema, which had been one of Mali's provinces west of Timbuktu. After Suleiman Dama, the next ruler of Gao was Si Ali Beri, sometimes spelled Sunni Ali. He transformed that kingdom into an empire that would replace Mali as the great power of the Western Sudan. It is known from the Tarihin Sudan that Mali was still a sizable state in the 15th century. The Venetian explorer Alvise Cadamosto and Portuguese traders confirmed that the people of the Gambia were still subject to the Mansa of Mali. Upon Leo Africanus' visit at the beginning of the 16th century, his descriptions of the territorial domains of Mali showed that it was still a kingdom of considerable area. However, from 1507 onwards, neighborhood states such as Diara, Great Fulu, and the Songhai Empire chipped away at the outer borders of Mali. In 1542, the Songhai invaded the capital of Mali, Niani, but were unsuccessful in conquering the empire. During the 17th century, the Mali Empire faced incursions from the Bamana Empire. After successful attempts by Mansa Mamamagan to conquer Bamana in 1670, the Bamana sacked and burned Niani, and the Mali Empire rapidly disintegrated and ceased to exist, being replaced by independent chiefdoms. The Ketes retreated to the town of Kangaba, where they became provincial chiefs.